We are Gold Ivy.
Our mission is to empower you to own and unleash your truth.
Stories of resiliency are gold, and ivy grows in hard places.
Those hard places are what creates space for light to shine through.
You decide what works for your daily life and how to transform our lessons into your gold.
This is Ivy Unleashed,
a Gold Ivy production. Are you tired of the endless battle with cravings? Do you dream of managing your appetite without the hassle, the side effects, or the hefty price tag?
Then it's time to meet Dr. Stephanie. She's not just a doctor of pharmacy. She's a certified diabetes educator and a leading hormone expert. She listened to your struggles and formulated a gentle, natural solution, GLP Wonder.
GLP Wonder is a revolutionary supplement designed for an easier path to appetite control and hunger management. How? It works by combining powerful natural ingredients like areocitrin and green tea extract to naturally support your body's own GLP-1 levels. This signals fullness to your brain, curbs those persistent cravings, and even helps fight insulin spikes, that stubborn, fat-storing hormone.
The result? Reduced hunger, better appetite control, and a more natural way to stay on track with your diet and goals. It's effective, it's safe, and it's affordable. Just one capsule per day for powerful results.
GLP Wonder is now easier than ever to find. Look for Dr. Stephanie's GLP Wonder at Walgreens, CVS, and Walmart. And we are thrilled to announce that you can now find it in Target stores nationwide.
Stop waiting and start winning the fight against cravings today. Find your nearest store, or to learn more and shop the full Dr. Stephanie's collection, visit drstephanies.com. And for a limited time, use code GOLDIVY30 for 30% off all Dr. Stephanie products at drstephanies.com.
And now to this episode of the Ivy Unleashed podcast. Welcome back to Ivy Unleashed. Today, we no longer have a bride in the house. We have a Mrs. We have a wife. Brooke has a name change. Please tell the people how we don't have the same last name anymore.
Oh my God, you are listening to Two Wives.
And what's your name?
Brooke Langeberg.
Brooke?
Well, not officially, but Ian and I are legally bound, which has been my favorite thing to say. Instead of saying wife, I just keep saying we're legally bound.
Langeberg.
Langeberg,
not Lange.
No, ew.
There's a G.
Yeah, but that's a little too hard.
Laneberg.
No.
Laneberg.
Lang.
Berg. So there's a G.
Say it fast.
Langeberg.
There you go.
Why can't I say this name?
Because it's just too hard that you don't want to be able to say it because
you guys,
subconscious.
Since we've had our business, it says Brooke Herbert and Andrea Herbert.
We have to change
everything.
Our Instagram bio.
Yeah, so she's changing things. It's probably not even going to fit.
Well, we can just be Brooke and Andrea.
Yeah.
That's exciting. We're going to first name basis.
We are.
We don't need the last names.
And
they no longer define us.
Your last name's just too long and weird now. But I like it. I like the L. That's very pretty.
Yeah, people that like on the cards, they did some pretty like the G with the little swoopy with then the B and then the G. But honestly, it's a part of me now. You know?
We
have the recap of a century
to talk about this wedding. We have to start with how insanely beautiful you were.
Oh,
you're always beautiful, but you were like striking. Like stop in your tracks. Like I stopped Brooke multiple times. I was like, you don't even look real right now. You look like a Barbie, like a doll. Like it was just you accentuated, with just like your hair done and your makeup done. But there were so many times that anybody I was with, we were just staring at you like, oh my gosh.
I should do it every day just for the compliments. Like the hype around me was, dude, people pay big bucks for that.
You should be a bridal model. Like you should change careers. And I would understand.
Well, I can do both.
Yeah. She can do both. You heard it here.
We don't need to be a fitness model.
Bridal magazine. We got your girl.
Should I
probably
submit a
will
photo?
Get some calls.
It was amazing. It's funny because anyone that's like thrown a wedding or a party or literally anything in life, you envision this for so long and you just pray that and you surrender like, okay, I've put the work in and now the delivery of it is just, the execution is going to be what it is and seeing it all come to life, and like just taking moments at dinner and late night on the dance floor, and just like we created this logo that was on the TV, and all of the little details that I planned in my head, seeing them in real life. I was so proud of myself, which I feel like a lot of brides don't really talk about, of like, yes, like when it landed and the look landed, because you do your hair trial and you do your makeup trial and you do the dress, but you don't do it all in
at
one,
once,
which I wouldn't recommend, because it was fun to like see it come together.
Yeah.
And I'm rocking the Bellamy, our vineyard, or our venue. They gave me a little mug after we went to Traverse City, Michigan. I got my little sweatshirt.
Dude,
I'm just keeping the high going, and I'm excited for this debrief
venue today. Was so beautiful.
Because Andrea had never seen the venue.
No. So I was walking in with my jaw dropped. My jaw was dropped the whole time. I think the vibe, it felt like you were in Italy. So it was like the stone and then the whites. But then there were just like pieces of like chandeliers were so beautiful. And like the groom's suite and the bridal suite were both like super feminine and super masculine, with the coolest wallpaper and mirrors. And so like anywhere you turned, it was just the most like articulate, pristine, beautiful decorations, which is like, I'm sure you had to pay for that, you know, so you didn't have to buy all these decorations. Like the place is beautiful in itself.
Which was so nice. Like we walked away with not a lot. We didn't bring in a lot. The most that we traveled with, and we had to get a rental car, that was a little on edge, because when we got there, we were on a tight timeline, and we got there, they're like, we don't have any rental cars for you. Thank God.
There's a shortage.
We got a Durango. Shout out the Durango. We were supposed to get an Equinox, which thank God we got the Durango with the hail damage, because Ian packed that car to the brim. Like Jordan and Justin, my cousins, Andrea's husband and brother-in-law, are known for like being very good at packing cars. And I was like, I need them to see this.
From your grandpa Dave.
Ian was beautifully entered into the family. That was when I knew it was solidified. But we had gifts for our whole parties, and that took up the most space. We had multiple luggages because we were going straight from River Falls, Wisconsin to then our honeymoon, our mini moon, Traverse City. So it was a lot of stuff. But it was great that we didn't have a lot of like decor and signage for the venue. And people didn't even get to see the bridal suites. Like that was a huge selling point for us.
Yeah.
And we got to utilize them all day, which was great. And the bridal suite was so cool because it overlooked the patio, which then led to the pavilion where the ceremony was. So we could see all of our guests arrive, which was like super surreal. The boys were outside during the day, installing fans that mist water on the pavilion ceiling, because Ian had this brilliant idea that it was hot, and if we could get some fans for the people. So that was a fun little adventure for them. They went to brunch in the morning. We got ready.
Hold on, we got to back up, because before the wedding, this week before 7-Eleven crawled.
It was the slowest week of my life.
Brooke and I randomly, a couple days, like Wednesday and Thursday, and even Friday, FaceTimed each other, because we're like, what? When is it Friday?
It was maybe the worst week of my life up until Friday.
Let's get this party started. Oh my gosh. And when I was like tracking her location as she's on her way to the hotel, and I'm like, yes, she's on her way. And then when I saw you at the hotel, I'm like, yes, she's there.
Because it took so long to get to the week. Then we had the rental car fiasco, and I was like, I just want to be on the damn road. Like, this is torture. Oh, so yes, anyone waiting for a big event.
It's Friday morning. She's like, I don't know what to do. I already went for a walk. I already meditated. I already ate. There's nothing for me to do. And Ian probably won't be here for another hour. And I was like, I had a lot to do. So I was like, listen, I can't sit and chat with you. Go journal. She's like, what do I journal? What's my prompt? I'm like, you're going to look back, and like your kids could read this and just put down what you're feeling and what you're experiencing, what you're excited for, you know?
Yeah.
Did you do it?
I did. Oh, I could have read it on air. That would have been fun. I have my journal with me. At that day was on, I think, day 18 of the carnivore diet, and I was feeling really good. And so I wrote about just how much went into this wedding and how I was feeling, and I was so proud of myself, and just the excitement, really, and that the week had literally crawled. But I'm glad that I did it. And after, when we got home, to reread that was special. And it made me want to journal more. So thank you. Yeah. And I did journal, kind of. Ian and I together, once we got to Michigan, during a sunset, we pulled out our phone, we were just laying on the beach during the day and created a notes on our phone and just listed all of like the details and moments of the weekend that we loved, like things that we will probably forget.
Yeah.
Little things like Ian took a shot with our side of the family, but not this, like other cousins on this side that Andrew and I were related to. And that was so special for him, of like a welcome to the family, the things that I didn't even know about, and stories that people from the wedding had told us. And we keep hearing little stories of things that we didn't know about. And I was like, oh my God, that happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just debriefing with everyone has been so fun. And those are the moments too, that like, it's not even the wedding, but it's like the next morning, our friends Maddie and Ted, who have a newborn, they came to our hotel room and we just had a special moment where I was just holding their son and we got to debrief, and seeing people at breakfast the next morning. Like, that's why I wanted everyone to be in the same hotel, because I knew it was those moments that were so special.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it was an out of body experience the day of. Like, I had little moments, but I don't know, it was those little moments that weren't the day of that were so special to me. Like the night before at our rehearsal dinner, I pulled my two hometown best friends with me. I was like, will you guys go to the bathroom with me? And they're like, yeah. I was like, I just want a moment together. Like, and that was so special.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe that happened. Holy buckets. What was your thought? Cause you had never seen it, and like all the details, like what surprised you the most?
I just loved watching you guys, like the things you put so much thought into. So I didn't actually think about how I get to sit right next to you all of dinner and take it in with you, because there's moments where like Ian's gone, or, you know, people are up and moving, we're getting food, then we're mingling, and then we're sitting back together. And I could tell the vibe of the music was really important to you guys. And so to like see you guys kind of geek out, you're like, listen to the lyrics of this one. Like, you intentionally really wanted the energy of the experience to be something, and not just fun, but like meaningful, you know, like the songs that you picked, because there were so many bridesmaids and groomsmen that we kind of came out at once. And it was just such a fun song that we came out to. And
yeah,
I busted out of there first to try and like really get the energy up.
And people were swinging their towels like we did when we were in Italy, which was so fun to see that. And we chose the song Everything. It's like, say you love me forever, near and far, always together. And I like just heard that song. It was on our Gold Ivy running playlist years ago. And I was like, this is the grand entrance song. Cause like all of our people from literally all over coming together. I'm getting chills as I think about it. And so that was special. And everyone's talking before, and I kind of had to lay my hammer down and be like, you guys, I need you to shut up. This song is so important. I dreamed about this moment, and I need to hear when the DJ's announcing us, because we were packed like sardines in this little back room. But yeah, I mean, I had a list on my phone because we had been to so many weddings of things I wanted to do, things I didn't want to do. And I think throughout the process, like I was telling Ian, like I trust myself more. I can honestly say like what I want, what I'm drawn to, because of all of the freaking decisions you have to make.
Yeah.
From like the table cards that were cards we're going to open each anniversary, and like everyone write a little message to the songs.
Just, you know, I got to give table 15 a shout out. On your 15th anniversary, oh God,
who is at table 15?
Justin, Jake, and Corey, and Tony, and Jordan.
Oh, I'm excited.
I don't think it's appropriate. Okay. So just don't show your
careful
children. Don't show your children.
Okay. Deal.
I think there's diagrams and pictures.
Oh, interesting. I'm a little nervous. Okay. That'll be great.
I don't think it's very deep advice. I think it's
meant for a chuckle.
A chuckle into how to keep things spicy, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I actually don't know exactly what was on it. I kind of roughly read it, and I was like, I'm not shocked with all these boys at this table.
No.
But what else was surprising? What else was surprising? I think honestly, just like the venue was so beautiful that your touches were more like simple, like what you said was on the Langenbergs. Did I say it right?
Yeah, good job. Yeah, it was like a big TV that sat above the head table, and they were supposed to get these like doors to cover it, but they never did. So they were like, you could just create an image. So on Canva, shout out Canva.
It looks
Canva
so
should
good.
sponsor this wedding. I just made a little logo that said the Langenbergs established 2026. And it was like, not crooked, but like
it was like angled, but
angled.
It was perfect. And
it was such a vibe.
Anything that you had text on was like simple and clean. Like I know how you like it, black and white. And I think I was surprised that it was mostly just black and white because I knew there was gonna be a lot of green, but like the greenery was like the flowers and
there was a lot of color in the building.
Yes.
Already. So I knew I didn't want to add much.
Yeah. I wasn't surprised at how the vibe was so good because I know that was like your goal with like the live music for the cocktail hour with Jake and Corey, and the DJ was so good. And, you know, I think even without my pep talk for the wedding party, I think they would have been on the dance floor the whole time. Like really, truly, it was a packed dance floor until it was over.
Yeah. We did our first dances outside on the patio, which is really special. And that was fun. Ian and I danced. We did a little choreographed song or dance. And the DJ played the song first, and it was something was off, and I was like,
it was like slow. And I totally thought that you guys were like that was part of you were going to trick us, and then all of a sudden it was going to be fast. You were like, nope, this ain't it.
I don't know what this is, but it was funny because it kind of caused us to like loosen up, which was great.
Yeah.
So we did our dance out there. Then Ian and his mom danced, which was super special. My grandpa and I danced, which was so special. I think everyone there was bawling their eyes out.
Everybody was crying. People I didn't know were crying. Like everybody was like sobbing.
Yeah. And my grandparents got married that weekend, I think in 1960 or something, 62. I don't know.
It was like 65 years ago. I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
And that was their wedding song. So I had like the DJ make a little announcement about that. That was special. But yeah, that was great. And then everyone danced to I Want to Dance with Somebody, which was just stellar, pristine. I walked down the aisle to an instrumental piano version of I Want to Dance with Somebody, which, if you know me, that's my song. Yeah. That was great. I do wish I could have seen the before me, like Ian walk his parents down. Our bridal party walked down to Stand By Me, which I could like hear it a little from where my mom and I were standing. But like those moments were, and then we walked out to Walking on Sunshine, which was just a vibe.
It was
Justin did literally the best job as our officiant.
Yeah.
We knew he would, but man, he really went above and beyond.
Brooke doing her vows was so fun.
I felt like all morning, like once I was ready and could get in my dress, I was like super anxious. And then we did photos before and I was so hot.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I just need to make it to the ceremony before I'm like a sweaty pig. Because my dress had 3 layers of spandex. So like it was just hot in there.
Yeah.
Hot in there. And so I knew like, okay, I was feeling a little anxious. But then once I got up there, the ceremony, we had such a nice breeze. And I just felt this like, and I like tapped into this like playful, silly energy. I was like, I don't know. It was the best.
Tell them how you switched up your vows from what Justin asked you to repeat.
For richer or for poor. And I said, for richer or for richer. That was funny, man. It was great. I had so much fun.
Your vows were so good. Ian's were good too, but they both had these little booklets, so they didn't memorize them. So it was like nice and long where it felt like a story. It felt like you didn't have to be nervous about remembering things. You know, I think because sometimes you get up in front of all those people and you're like, it's just important when you say your vows to say, like I messed up mine because I was trying to memorize it. And I told Justin he was as brilliant as he is smart. and then thankfully that got me to laugh and loosen up. But I thought it was smart to have it in the booklet. Then you have them forever.
Yeah. I mean, I fluffed up words too that I was reading.
Yeah.
But we weren't sure if we were going to do that. And then months ago when I was driving home to Sheboygan, which is a 5.5 hour ride, I just got in the flow and I just like talk to text. Just one stream of consciousness, those vows. Yeah. And I was obsessed with them. I was like, okay, Ian, sorry, we're doing our vows. Which, looking back now, he's happy that we did that and we have that. And for me, it was like a story of so many people that were at the wedding are the reason Ian and I are together. So to give them shout outs, I was like, yeah, it's so fun and just special.
Like you, as even someone that knows you guys well, you'll learn things about your story you didn't know. Like I didn't know Ian had a man bun. I can't even imagine. I still need to see a picture of this because I cannot even imagine him with a man bun. But just like little things were just like, you know, surprising or cute about your story or like cute about the people that were there and why people are involved in your wedding and who they are and why they make, you know, it special. Because it's so true. And I said this in my speech where I was like, you know, you guys have poured so much into everybody that's here. It's so nice to like give it back to you, you know? And I feel like people did. They were like so excited for you guys and sweet and things you'll never even know that happen of the nice things people said about you, you know? And same for Ian. You know, he is just a genuinely kind person. And I see where he gets it from. Like both sides of his family, his step parents' family, they are genuinely kind, fun people. He has this aunt or aunt, however you say it, Jody.
Shout out Jody.
I gave her a shout out at the speech because she's like, you better shout me out because she was so fun. And then I ended up doing it because right when I started my speech, she was like, Andrew! And I was like, it's my new best friend, Jody, everybody. Like she was like,
it's just so fun to see all of your worlds come together.
Yeah.
Like, cause Ian for years of like, we've talked about like, oh, they would get along so well. They would have so much fun together. So seeing everyone actually have so much fun together was priceless.
Oh. And I met your cousin Jordan, who's Ian's cousin Jordan, who's also doing 50 states, 50 marathons. And I was like, what are we doing next? You know? So that was so fun too, because she's been following us. And there's people there that have been like, oh, I listen to all your episodes, or I love following your Instagram or whatever. I feel like I know you. And then I'm like, who are you? Like, how do I support you back? Like, what do you do in your life?
You're a celebrity to people.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember who was following us around. She was like taking stuff. She's like, can I post this? And we're like,
please do. Please do.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved walking around at dinner and I would just go up to tables and be like, are you guys having fun? Are you guys having fun? And everyone's like, yes. Like I was so giddy, and I'm so glad that I like had that energy, that I purposely was like, I just remember like no one's having more fun than you. Like your energy is contagious. Everyone's energy there was contagious. Yeah. Even though it was hot as balls, like people were still having fun. And when I look back, I'm like, if that's the only thing that I wish was different, like that's a win.
Yeah. It really wasn't that bad during the ceremony at all. It was like like you said, there was a breeze and it was shaded. I said that to somebody. I can't remember. I think it was your aunt's, your cousin, one of your cousins. She was sitting in the sun during it. And I just happened to say, well, it was nice and shaded. She's like, yeah, it was for most people. She was like dripping in sweat because
sorry.
I know. So yeah, I mean, it was a hot day, but it didn't stop anybody from going hard dancing. It didn't stop. We all figured out that we should get wine on ice. That was the move. Jordan would love a shout out here. Jordan got Sauv Blanc on ice, and almost everybody at this wedding was drinking it by the end of the night.
There we go. Oh, I love it. I want to know more stories of like things that happened that we didn't know about, because that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at my list here.
Every time you meet up with someone, they'll reminisce about something.
Yeah. I just like when I look back at our reflections of what we love, like it's the small moments, like me and Zach, and then me and you dancing to Good Time and line dancing at the rehearsal dinner, which was super random. We got little Buntini birthday cakes for our friends Garrett and Katerina that were in the wedding because it was their birthdays that day and the day before. That was so sweet. Ian and I completely forgot to make a playlist. So we had our his college friends and their wives that we all went to Europe with. They were in charge of the playlist. They did a phenomenal job. Like that little detail was so sweet. Ian's mom and then his two men of honor did speeches that night, which were so great. And Ian couldn't choose his three best friends, so they were coined the men of honor. So we had maid of honor, Andrea, and then men of honor, and each man had a different role. One got to stand next to him at the wedding or the ceremony. One got to stand next to him for pictures. The other got to sit next to him at dinner. And then they kind of did speeches, and Beatty, who gave the speech at the wedding, was so funny because he opened up and explained to everyone that Ian did this thing, men of honor, because I didn't do programs. I was like, everyone's just going to throw these away. So I'm so glad that got intertwined, that people knew this like term of men of honor that we created. But Beatty had said, Zach got the hard job of sitting next to Ian at dinner, and Petey got the hard job of standing next to Ian at the ceremony, and I got the easy job of speaking in front of 200 people today.
Well, the other two gave a speech the night before.
They did, but
to be fair,
but a little different.
It is a little
with
different.
200 people.
Yeah.
So we did our rehearsal dinner in Stillwater, which was amazing. And Hotel Crosby, which is this beautiful hotel downtown Stillwater, has this building behind that you can rent out, which is where we did the rehearsal dinner, which I thought was perfect. Mm-hmm. And our decor, loved. Shout out Brie. She helped. We did little rose petals on all the tables. And then Andrea and Alicia stole the rose petals and put it on our bed after the wedding, which was so sweet. Such a fun surprise. Shout out you guys.
It wasn't my idea. I think it was Alicia's.
Great.
But I helped her execute it.
Phenomenal idea. I think too, it's like my whole life, well, a majority of my life, you, Jordan, I'm going to cry. You, Jordan, Alicia, and Justin have shown up for me in so many ways. And like, it's really cool when you have people in your life that like you have no expectations. Because like, I never have to not count on you guys, and you guys just go above and beyond. And it's all of you, like the wedding. We ran out of floating candles, found out that Jordan and Justin went shopping. Didn't know that. Like you guys with those flowers, you and your speech, you and Alicia steaming all of the dresses. Yeah. Like everyone's just like, oh my God, they're the greatest.
I think these are the standards you should have for your friends to show up for you. Like, it's just what you do. And honestly, I've learned that from them, those three. Like, they taught me that. Like, Alicia comes from a family that they show up 200% for each other. You know, sometimes too much, where I'm like, you are driving to New York for your brother? Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, she's taught me how to show up for people, right? And Justin and Jordan too, like, from their parents, that there's something to get done, run to the store, get it done now. Like, don't even think. Like, they're your people and you take care of business. And I've learned that from them. Like, yes, I will always show up for you fully, but I got to give them credit that I've learned this from being a part of this family, that it's so rewarding too, to see, you know, I love you so much. And so for you to see feel this way, like, it's everything. It just shows me, like, this is what life is about. It really is. And like, hearing the speeches and just seeing how happy you are for your friends having babies, and like telling you they're pregnant, and like, weddings just have this thing where you just like, it just shows you what life is truly all about. It doesn't matter what's on the table for decorations. It doesn't, which it was beautiful, but
added bonus.
But it was like how you made people feel and how they were making you feel. And truly, like, the music and the movie, and like, it was magical. It was just like what you wanted to create.
Yeah, you
definitely did. And that venue helped elevate it, right? Because like, you had the balcony spot to speak to everybody that you love. And there were just so many ways that venue allowed just beauty and fun.
And so many different moments too, with like the ceremony under the pavilion, and then the patio, and inside was so different. Like, that's what we loved.
And then pictures. Oh my gosh, your video where you're like in between the grapes outside, and you and Ian are having like your sunset golden hour pictures. Oh my gosh, those are so cool. If you've listened to the podcast for a while, you know I used to be the biggest skeptic about supplements. I thought, I can definitely get everything I need from food. But then I started to realize that high quality, clean supplements weren't about replacing a healthy diet. They were about optimizing my health in a way I never thought possible. For instance, I discovered what so many women eventually do. I was deficient in magnesium. Now that it's part of my routine, I'm sleeping better and I feel absolutely amazing. It made me realize that quality matters more than anything.
When it comes to taking supplements, ingredient integrity is a must for us both, and that's why we trust Smidge. Smidge offers a small line of foundational supplements, core nutrients, including 100% whole food vitamins, and digestive support for people who prioritize real food but know even the best diets have gaps. They obsess over ingredient integrity, crafting minimal, clean products with zero additives and rich nutrients meticulously sourced from around the world. We both love Smidge's magnesium, but with my chronic gut health issues, Smidge's digestive support is my tried and true. I use their digestive enzymes every single day before meals, and it has been a game changer in post-meal bloat, fatigue, and overall digestion for me. If you have any digestive issues, their enzymes, including the original and HCl plus enzymes, are a must try.
Smidge just dropped some incredible whole food supplements that we've been loving. First up, their Kakadu Plum. Most vitamin C supplements are just mass-produced synthetic chemicals, but this is the real deal from Australia. It's pure, whole food vitamin C that your body actually knows how to use for glowing skin and a rock-solid immune system.
I'm also obsessed with their Australian emu oil. You won't find this at a typical health store. It's the best source of vitamin K2, MK4, which is a total game changer for women's bone and heart health. While plant-based K2 is hard for your body to process, Smidge's emu oil is already pre-converted, so your body absorbs it instantly.
So, if you want a brand that is truly backed by research, derived from sustainable principles, and only wants to provide you with the freshest, highest quality nutrients, it's Smidge.
Head over to getsmidge.com to check out their magnesium, emu oil, Kakadu plum, and their fantastic digestive enzymes. And don't forget to use our code GOLDIVY10 at checkout for 10% off.
And now back to the show.
Both Ian and I are very much like people forward, right? And like we want to give. And it was so cool to see that be acknowledged. Like how we live our life and what we value, like people, they see that and that's what we're known for. And then to have all of this like beauty on top, it just really showed me like you can have it all. Like it doesn't have to be an or. Like you can pour into your people and have this rich life and still have the damn dress that you want and the makeup team and like not being afraid to ask for what you want. I feel like I really stepped into that this season of like, no, like I do so much good that I deserve the good that comes back. And I want that for everyone. And that day was just that weekend, like all of that coming together. And it just showed Ian and I like do good and it will come back.
Yeah.
Like have faith, trust. Cause you just don't know, like you're planning this massive wedding, you're spending so much money. There's so much stress, and it is just this game of like put in the work and trust, and then you add like the intention behind it, and you don't want it to be so serious, but like it is. Mm-hmm. This is one day, and damn, it turned out it was great. It was worth the stress.
It really did.
It was so worth the stress. How do you feel about the clap once if you can hear me, clap twice?
I love that. So Ian at the rehearsal dinner did the clap once, if you can hear me. We all clapped twice like a teacher. Mm-hmm. And then it's hard to get people's attention. So then his mom did it before her prayer or speech or whatever. And then his dad did it before and then
it became this pattern throughout the whole weekend. It was just funny
because at first it was like, are we really doing this? And then it was like, it actually works. And then it just got everybody to giggle.
It did. I
forgot about that.
Another pattern was Unwritten. So the song, I really had this dream and this vision of like all of us in this beautiful bridal suite before we go down for the ceremony to sing and dance to this song. So the girls did it. Then we did it with all of the boys. Then we did it on the dance floor. And then Christina, who did our videos, she did the compilation to that song. So like that was just...
I watched that video at least 100 times.
It is the best video ever.
I was making my kids lunch and I watched it over and over until the lunch was done. I just stood in my kitchen watching it over and over.
And with Hudson, so my nephew and my grandpa, like, oh, you guys, it just... Alicia did a toast too in the bridal suite. That was beautiful. Mm-hmm. Like everyone's speeches were just so stinking good. We did a coin flip during our ceremony. That was a fun little surprise. And Justin had a coin made for us that had our faces sketched on it. And then Ian and Brooke Langeberg, 7-11-26, which was so fun. So we had some good football.
The coin flip was to see who did their vows first.
Yes.
But there wasn't, I don't know if you know this, but even if you lost, they were going to let you go first if you wanted.
Oh, yeah.
They'll let you
Well,
pick.
then if I didn't win, then there's something in football where you say, like, I'm totally going to butcher this. I defer. Oh. And Ian was really excited to say that, but I won, so he didn't get to say it. Ian is a football agent, for those that don't know. So there was a lot of football references. And then I think to make it fair, Justin then did a Justin Bieber reference. So we each got our own thing in the ceremony, which was great. We had a QR code that we did like a thank you note with a QR code on everyone's plate that you could scan and then upload their own photos. And Ian's one side of the family cousins took this QR code so serious, and it was so funny and the best. So that was amazing. Loved seeing those photos. Jody, same Jody that you were talking about earlier, got little tattoos of her husband. Did you see this?
No. So
the whole family had tattoos of John, her husband, and was walking around. And then she was like squeezing her arm like, I love you, Jody, like making John talk. So that was a fun little thing I did not see coming. They do their tradition, all of the boys, if you go to St. John's. Did you know about this tradition ahead of time?
Yeah.
So Piano Man is always the last song at like the county bar, and all of the boys, well, everyone stands in a circle with their arms around each other, swaying back and forth to Piano Man, and then the boys drop their pants. So everyone's in their underwear. So that was a vibe.
It's a great way to end. You know what I did during that song?
What?
I took my fan and I went around the entire circle and put a fan down everybody's collared shirt. Or
I gotta add the fans.
I fanned all the women's backs because we were all so hot from dancing so much. And everybody was like, ooh. And they were like, thank you. And
those little fans were everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Yep.
I'm going to add that to this list.
Highly recommend if you're going to any wedding, even if it's in the winter, just for getting sweaty on the dance floor, little handheld fans.
That is the reason I stayed on the dance floor all night, was because of that fan.
Yeah.
Hard lessons I learned. Are you ready for these?
Oh, yeah.
I've got one. Don't wear pimple patches or mouth tape when you have a spray tan on your face.
Oh, no.
So I had the big circles of where the pimple patches were, and then my whole mouth was outlined. God bless makeup and Michaela. Shout out Michaela. But that next morning, the morning of the wedding, when I ripped out my mouth tape and my pimple patches, I was like,
oh, no. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, my God. So that was kind of funny. Oh, there's just so many fun.
That's the only hard lesson learned.
That's only hard. Pick your people wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the only, because I knew like once I was there, whatever was going to happen was going to happen. Being hot stressed me out.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't want to be gross. I wanted my moment of walking down the aisle, and then we did our receiving line and I got pretty sweaty. But
yeah, it was hot because the doors were open. So it wasn't like you were it kind of heated up that area, but that's what you have to do.
And my makeup stayed great.
Yeah.
Like I cried so many times. I was so sweaty and no complaints with my makeup.
Yeah.
She killed it. She killed it for everyone. And all the girls doing their makeup and hair on their own. Like it was just like getting ready together in high school and college.
Yeah.
Like it's so fun.
We had music bumping in there, some good snacks.
It was the best. I would also recommend going somewhere after, even like if it's for 2 days, because that was so nice to just be able to like debrief, get some rest, celebrate together, like look at all the content versus like, oh, we're just going home. Like that would have been so lame.
And going right back to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Having some time to reminisce.
Yeah. And then I was like excited to come home. And now I'm like, how do we just keep the joy alive? Mm-hmm. Saturday I just went and bought flowers just to have them. I was like, I need to just keep the excitement.
Yeah. I mean, it's so important to think about, okay, this made me so happy. How can I keep this vibe, this energy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I learned there's a thing called the bridal blues because so much energy goes into planning your wedding and then it's just over.
That's why I think people jump right into having babies because they're like, well, what's next?
We need to keep the excitement.
So fun. Yeah. It's like they're like, well, I just had all this joy and attention with all my people. How do I have it more? And it's like, oh, baby shower.
It's addicting. It's electrifying. Yeah. Well, we're coming back to a puppy.
Yes.
So that's my joy extended.
Yeah.
So
less than a week. Next time you and I record, there will be a puppy with us.
Oh my God. What if she's just a nightmare and doesn't want to sit still? We need to train her.
No, she's a
to be a lap
She's going to be sleepy. She is the lap dog.
Okay.
They just like sleep a lot.
My energy.
Like everybody I know that has one, while they work, the dog just sits on their lap and sleeps. She'll take like 5 naps a day. They sleep. I want to say they sleep like
20 hours a day.
18 hours a day. Like it's a crazy amount of sleep. So she'll just be sleepy and very smart.
Honestly, great combo.
Yeah, it really is. And very people. Like they love people. They're really smart and they sleep a lot. So I'm like, great. I don't want a dog that I have to like run to get their energy out. Like obviously we'll still have to get her energy out, but she will be a sleepy, cute, little friendly dog.
Will she go for walks? Mm-hmm. Like she'll walk like a normal dog. She won't be too little.
Well, she'll be too little at first. It'll just be kind of like she'll hop around a little bit.
But eventually it can be like,
yeah,
we're actually going for a walk.
Yes. Yep. Oh, I know. We went shopping and got all the things and it's time. Like we're so excited. It's going to change our life as far as like slowing us down and being a little bit more mindful of being at home more often, which we need.
Is there anything you're nervous about?
I just get nervous about, like right now I haven't completely puppy proofed my house. So it's like, I don't want to have anything that's dangerous for her out and about, you know? So like these cords are all going to have to like, this is all going to have to go up. So just like that kind of stuff. And a lot of it's going to just be a learning lesson. I'm like, oh, didn't think about that. You know, we've never had a dog in here for an extended period of time. So
I'll be fine.
So the puppy's the transition for something new and fun. There we go.
It is. Hazy is going to just keep the joy alive. But I think that's like an important lesson of there's going to be highs and lows. And like after a really big high, like how do you just keep the magic alive with like the simple things like date nights or watching all this content? Just
remember when I told you, I think it was right after you got engaged, I was like, planning a wedding is such an intimate thing to learn about your relationships with people. People will let you down. People will surprise you. People will show up for you in ways you never thought or not the way that you thought they would. And I just think there's something about relationships you learn in a wedding of like the type of couple you want to be. Or like I said in my speech to Brooke and Ian, like I don't think they really need advice. I think they literally just need to keep doing what they're doing, showing up for people. And like, you guys are so good at having difficult conversations together and showing up for each other and like literally just keep dancing and having fun. Because I think sometimes when you're at a wedding, you're like, oh, these guys need some like, you know, but you guys have such a strong foundation. And a huge part of that too is, you know, Ian's biggest idols are his parents. And they are like just the way they spoke about you and love you like you're already their daughter. I was like, because, you know, I know your family and I don't know his. And he just has such a strong foundation with them. And even with divorce and even with blended families, how they still love each other. It's just so beautiful. I feel like your wedding was just a celebration of that more than like, okay, you're starting marriage and here's some advice. You know, It was like, no. Yeah.
It's cool to see how excited other people are for you. Like, you're not the one getting married. Why are you so excited? Like, oh, like, no, like you love us and you're excited that I'm joining your family. And this is a really big deal. I think making things a big deal is something that I'm taking away with too, is like, just celebrate the shit out of everything.
Yes.
Like, we're so blessed. We're so lucky. And also we work really hard and it could be gone in a minute. And how do we just keep that attitude? Because it's not going to be easy. We're going back to work. We're going back to the grind. But there's ways that, I really want to keep that joy and just that energy alive.
I feel like though your guys' grind is like, it's like marriage. It's like you're fighting for something you really want. You're both chasing your dreams and pouring into your passions. So, you know, there's always struggle in marriage and relationships where like there's going to be harder seasons. Like it's coming, you know, and it always will, which just sucks to think about. But it's like that with business where it's like trusting and celebrating the moments and being grateful for the good moments and pouring into something that you know has a purpose and will help people. You know, I feel like it's so similar. And Justin and I, you know, anytime he puts a big old paycheck in our thing, I'm like, we gotta celebrate, you know, like, cause it's just, you know, or me, you know, we've had big moments too. And I just think it's so like it's like a mirror of each other, business and parenting. Like it's all, everything you learn about your wedding is life. And I was just thinking, I was like, oh, I just like thought of your grandpa. And I've heard so much about G-Pa. I'm gonna cry. But he loves you so much. So I got in the lobby. I was checking in And there's people kind of coming and going, and I see this man, and I've never met him before. I met Brooke's grandma and had like a weekend with her once, but I see him, I'm like, oh, are you G-Pod? He's like, oh, I sure am. And he was like, just talking about how you've always had his heart. Aww. And he's like, oh, that girl could convince me to do anything. She lived right by a school, and she would convince me to come pick her up just because she didn't want to walk home. And she would say her backpack was heavy. He's like, I would do anything for her. Like, she's always had me wrapped around her finger. And I'm like, oh, you are so sweet. So it's just little moments like that of people that I'm like, you've told me so much about, and then to be in the same place with them and someone that's so special to you.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was like, I don't know. I'm dancing. I don't know how it's going to go.
She might have to hold me up.
And he was sitting there when Brooke and Ian were dancing. Sorry, I feel like I could just keep rambling about things, but
I love it.
He's sitting there with his big old iPad, and he's recording them dancing. And I'm like, this is how he watches things. So once you two were wrapping up, I knew he was next, or after Ian and his mom maybe. But I was like, do you want me to take this and record on it, whatever? So now I'm like picturing him just hitting play, watching you two dancing on his iPad, and seeing everybody else around just like tears streaming down their face.
And just like now he has photos with his great grandson and videos of them together. Like,
yeah,
so special. Have you ever heard of that? I don't know if it's like a parable or what, but it's like this guy is stranded on an island, and he's asking God for help, and God sends him a life jacket, and he's like, no, God, I just want to be saved. And then God sends him a person, and he's like, no, God, I just want to leave this island.
Yeah.
And I'm totally butchering this, and then God's like, I sent you, and then God sends him a lifeboat or whatever. He like sends him multiple things. And then the guy dies, gets to heaven. And he's like, God, why didn't you save me? And he's like, I sent you a phone, a life, like all these things, but it wasn't what the guy originally thought. And I just had, I'm gonna cry now. Had this moment where it's like, my dad wasn't there. Didn't walk me down the aisle, didn't have a dance. And I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, God's like, I gave you G-Pa. I gave you Justin. I gave you Jordan. I gave you Tony. I gave you Bill.
Yeah.
I gave you 2 dads now because Ian's parents are divorced and they're the best. Like, I just trusting, and people in your immediate circle might let you down, but there's so much to be grateful for, and I just have to remind myself that. And I keep thinking of that, of like, you might not have this one relationship and it sucks, whatever, but like, holy shit, have I been blessed with so many people that stepped up and continue to, and it's great. Shout out to my men. Like, I honestly had the thought of like, can I dance with all of the guys that have been like so special to me in my life? But that might have been kind of aggressive. So yeah, dancing with G-Pa, the best decision.
You can't forget the main man though, because Ian.
Oh, of course, Ian.
In my speech I said, and I actually forgot this line. I didn't actually say it because I didn't want it to sound like all the other men in your life, like you had dated so many people. It was more like all the other men in general.
Yeah.
Part of it was like I said, there's something different about Ian, and it's that he can stay in a difficult conversation. And I said, he's made you feel so safe that he's never made you feel like he was going to go anywhere but closer to you or whatever. And I feel like he's healed something in you in that respect. Like, that was the first thing that kind of rocked you with him. You were like, anytime I text him something, he just calls me, and like, he's so ready to just talk about something that's you're struggling with or a concern. And I think you needed that so desperately, to be feeling safe to say how you feel, even if it's maybe something he might not want to hear, or something that's different, or something that might upset him. Like, you used to be afraid of that. And now it's like you have the person that is so unlike your dad, that isn't going anywhere, and that just wants you to know if you have a concern. Oh my gosh, talk to me about it instantly. Like, I don't need you feeling upset about anything and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I think I love, you know, that you give it out to all those men too, because it is important to have a circle of men that are there for you, that show up to fix your dishwasher, or, you know, or
man.
yeah, whatever. And all the other things that they do. Yeah. You guys have a really good support system, and you guys are the same for all of them too. So, gosh, can we do it again?
No, never again.
No.
You know, what's that quote too of like, if you do it right, you only need one.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like after that dance floor, sitting on the toilet, I'm like, I squeezed every ounce of juice out of this battery. And then I proceeded to stay up until 3 a.m. at the next bar, which was great. But that was such a cool feeling of like, I wouldn't have done anything differently. I feel like I gave this my all. Mm-hmm. I just feel like it just felt right. Mm-hmm. Everyone's speech, like your speech, so the fact that too, that you see that and had that in your speech was just so special. Cause you don't know what people are going to talk about.
I watched it back and I saw Ian, like, cause I said,
like, where is this going?
I said, there's something very different about Ian. And he was like, his face. Cause at first he was just kind of like looking at you and like kind of smiling. I think he was just kind of taking in the moment. You know, he wasn't like staring right at me. He was just kind of whatever. And then when I said that, he was like, what is different? What is she going to say?
But like was such a compliment to him.
Yeah.
You know? Ugh.
Yeah.
It was great. We'll relive this day for this weekend.
We will. And I think I'll keep remembering little things. And I do this with all of my friends. Every time I'm with a couple, I bring up their wedding because I'm like, oh, you guys had the best, you know, whatever. Because it's so fun to talk about and think about. And, you know, and on your anniversaries, like I'll send you like a little memory because it is so special. Mm-hmm. And yeah, sure, it's a day, but like it's so meaningful. And
it is. And you see everyone else's wedding video, and now to like have our own that we get to watch that we're so obsessed with. Mm-hmm. Because that's too, like your photos and your content and just everything, like you pour so much time and money and energy into it that to be obsessed with it is just, it's everything. Because I could have hated it. I could have been like, this is terrible.
I also loved your videographer and photographer. They were wonderful.
They're great. They had never met and they worked beautifully together. Yeah. Everyone.
They were like funny and sweet and witty and good at what they're doing and just like efficient. And I kind of stepped, sorry, we just keep rambling, but that's okay. I kind of stepped in at one point because Brooke was taking pictures in front of a white wall. And I was just like, okay, I know she doesn't want to be hot, but like there's a vineyard right here that we should pop outside and go take pictures. And a couple people had said it. And I was like, I will be the messenger. Like this is my job.
It was the right call.
This is my job. Yeah. Cause there's like a picture where like a video where, Hudson's coming up to you and behind you is like this beautiful, like there's a barrel and there's like, you know, and if that was like a white wall,
no, it was the right
so
move.
cute.
Yeah.
And it was hot. It was like the hottest part of the day. So it was just like, it was a tough decision, but, and I could tell the photographer, Dave, was kind of like, oh, we were just being so efficient and getting through this. We were kind of a little bit behind and I think he wanted to just knock them out. But I was like, okay, I want her to like love the background of this picture too. It makes a difference.
No, it was the right move. And that's why who you choose as your maid of honor is important.
Yeah.
It's not just the loving and the building me up. It's I need you to listen to me.
Yeah.
You are going to regret this.
Yeah.
It was great.
And I knew it wasn't what you wanted to hear too. I was like, she's going to be like,
well, I think I was also flustered because the flowers weren't really what I wanted. And so everyone, love them to death, are throwing ideas at me. And I'm like, I just need a minute to think about what I want.
Yeah.
And like, I
missed that part. I was upstairs when you got your flowers and Bree came up and got Alicia. And so I was looking for whatever they needed up there.
Yeah.
And this is what I was telling myself. I'm going to let Alicia troubleshoot this flower thing because I don't know what I'm doing with flowers. And then I'm going to come down there. And if Brooke is still upset with flowers, we're going to go have a talk in the bathroom about how they don't matter.
Yeah. Because it wasn't that like, because at one point I was like, I don't want a damn bouquet. The dress is the moment. I want nothing hiding this dress. Mm-hmm. And the girls are like, you want a bouquet. Trust me, you want a bouquet. Because I was like, I don't want pictures with these bouquets, whatever. But I just like needed space to think about like, what do I truly want? Everyone's throwing ideas at me. And And so I was trying to think about that, and then going downstairs, like, do you want to go inside? Do you want to be outside? And that I just felt like I was so overloaded with decisions where I was like, I just want to not be hot. Like that was the only thing.
And I was like, no, you're getting outside. Bad decision. You said you didn't want to make decisions, and I feel like I wasn't down there during the moment that maybe I could have been like, no, you know?
Yeah.
But then the second I came down, I was like, what are we doing? Oh, no. Yeah. So I instantly felt like, oh, I hope she's not mad at me. But it just, these pictures.
Yeah. You know. Well, and then you and Ivy really took over and were like getting people, because that was the thing. It was like I'm fine being outside, but like we got to keep.
Yeah. We're like on deck.
Yeah. And I was like, and I didn't want people coming when I was outside taking photos. I wanted to hide. I was like, I get one surprise, one moment of walking down the aisle. Like that just would have felt so icky. Everyone's seen me. So no, it worked out, and better hot than rainy and smoky the next week.
Oh my gosh, that would have been terrible.
And so hot. So like it all worked out.
Oh man.
Trust.
Petey and I were the last ones to walk down the aisle before Brooke, and we looked at each other and we both started bawling. Aww. So we're like walking up, it's going down the aisle, and we are just, tears are just streaming. We're both smiling and we're looking at each other, but he was like, stop it. I'm like, you stop it.
Oh, cute.
So we're like crying, and then
both of you are criers. We shouldn't have put you guys.
Oh my gosh. And then as we're standing up there and you're starting to walk up with your mom, I look at him and he's like, you know, we're both just like, tears are just streaming down her face. And it was like, you were so happy. And the breeze is like hitting you just right. And
I had to remind myself to look at Ian, because I was looking at all the guests and like smiling at them. And I was like, wait, this is also supposed to be a moment where you're looking at Ian.
Yeah. Oh, did you know when I got up there, I kissed Justin?
No.
Yeah. I could just tell he was so nervous looking. Like you know, when your person looks a little off. I looked at him and I just like gave him a quick kiss. And
cute.
Because like while he was talking to you guys, like he was like, his face was like twitching a little bit. Like he was just kind of nervous. He did
big
great.
Deal.
But people were like, what? He was nervous?
Oh my God. The people that didn't know you guys were married, that probably was funny for them.
Yeah. I had to mark my territory. No, just kidding. No, I felt like I could see his nerves, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna give him a little kiss. Shake it out. You know how like sometimes you can just shake up that nervous energy?
I love it. That's what I needed too. Like Ian and I were like kind of fluttering our hands together and like just being weird and goofy, which totally helped. Calm.
That was such a fun ceremony. I loved every second of it. You can tell too in the video where like the bridesmaids are looking at each other and laughing at your vows, and
I know we haven't watched the video yet.
Oh, the full video of it?
That Christina made?
Oh.
Did you watch it?
Wait, what?
Of the full ceremony?
No.
Oh, yeah. Like she captured the full ceremony. Starting from when Ian and I, like, when we get up there, we like hug and then high five. So it's like a 22-minute video that we were going to watch the mini moon, and then we just didn't get to. And yeah, we just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like we need to watch it together.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for listening. This is one hell of a recap. It was one hell of a weekend. I feel like my gold stars are just everything about that weekend. Like, it was so special having your people, doing what you love, caring about all the details so that it reflects you. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like all the details, all the like makeup and hair, whatever, all like, aside from those, were about our people. Mm-hmm. And that was special.
So what I'm hearing is focus on your people. Ask for what you want.
Marry your best friend.
Marry your best friend. You have it, people. What if you are married and you need to work on your relationship? What would be your top advice as a new person fresh into it?
Ooh, Beatty, who was one of Ian's men of honor, our real good friend. He actually gave Ian this piece of advice on his bachelor party. He said, fight the issue, not each other.
That's good.
Which I really like.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that's good. And now we're legally bound, so this man can't run.
Legally bound. I love it. You and your husband.
Oh.
Yay.
Where the hell's my husband?
Where the hell my husband?
Playing that song on the dance floor was great. The DJ came on and he was like, where is Mr. Langeberg? Or where's the groom?
And then
Your bride would like to know. And then he played that song.
Oh my gosh.
So great.
I loved him.
Oh, okay, everyone. Thank you so much for listening.
All right, Brooke, putting you on the spot. What's your piece of gold for the people?
I keep coming back to this quote, and I thought about it the morning of. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It matters what it feels like. Because when you focus on what it feels like, what it looks like is far better than you would ever imagine.
This is Gold Ivy signing off.
Listen to your truth and go chase your gold. We want to thank you and encourage you to celebrate yourself for taking the time to learn and get inspired in your one beautiful life. And if this podcast means something to you, it would mean so much to us if you'd be willing to take 30 seconds to help support our mission to keep bringing you inspiring stories and guests.
First, following the podcast is important because it helps you never miss an episode. To do this, just go to the Ivy Unleashed podcast show page on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And then just tap the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner or click on follow.
While you're there, if you'd be so kind to give us a 5-star rating and review and share your favorite episode with a friend, we'd be so grateful for your support.
We are thrilled you're here and are so happy that you're taking time to prioritize your wellness, self-discovery, and growth with us. Additionally, we want to remind you that this podcast is presented solely for educational and entertainment purposes. We are not licensed therapists, and this podcast is not intended as a substitute for the advice of a physician, professional coach, psychotherapist, or other qualified professionals.